Hey you guys, welcome to the Mo Love Smile Show. This is the second episode and it is Shattered Vision. Alright, still weird, always will be. This show is, this episode is very sensitive and it is very touchy for me. I had to record this over 3 times. This episode is about trust issues. Um, this episode is about the exposition. It's exposing the main cause and root of multiple perception changes, self-esteem issues, all those things. I'm gonna discuss, and like I said, I'll continue to say, this is strictly about me. I'm only exposing those things about myself. All right. So, Shattered Vision. I didn't even know this was gonna be the second episode, to be honest with y'all. It's like, okay, I'm a think of ideas for the next episode. And then Shattered Vision came up. So then I'm like, oh, okay, cool, self-esteem issues. But then it got real deep. God took me to Kings with the prophet Elijah. I was in 1 Kings and 2 Kings. So he took me to chapter 19, where Elijah was in hiding. He was hiding from Jezebel. He was hiding from Jezebel, and he was scared for his life. Jezebel put a hit out on him, okay? Then he took me to 2 Kings, chapter 1 and verse 10, where Elijah was no longer in hiding. He was calling fire down from heaven as a man of God. Now, how does that fit into Shattered Vision? We have to first understand and look at, why was Elijah in hiding in the first place? He was in hiding because he was calling down fire on false prophets. He was in hiding because he started off minding his own business, doing what God told him to do, being who he was without any issues, and someone got mad about it. Someone didn't like it. Someone wanted to fix it. Someone felt like they needed to stop him, and they put out a hit on his life, and he went into hiding. But the victorious part about that is, when it all was said and done, he was right back calling fire down from heaven. Okay? So as I go through this, I want you guys to remember that, okay? Last episode we left off. I had just gotten placed into a brand new home with a brand new family, and I absolutely adored them. My foster mom was a beautiful pastor, and my foster dad was an amazing minister for God, and he always taught love, okay? I had my very first birthday party, so I was so excited for that. That was like a blessing of all blessings. That first birthday party was my last birthday party, okay? All the gifts that I received from that birthday party were taken from me. What was told to me about my gifts were they were going to get put up, so that way I wouldn't mess them up, or they wouldn't get messed up. So I'm just so excited from the party that I'm just like, okay, take them. Like, save them, preserve them. I'm just grateful for this, Instead, they were given to her grandkids, my foster mom's grandkids. Okay? As a foster kid, you get taken to different events, holiday events, holiday picnics, regular picnics, just so that way they'll have that feeling of family, even if, they don't get it. Because, a lot of foster kids, they're not all in homes. Most of them are in group homes. So they throw a lot of events. So we would go to these events, and they would give us gifts. They would give us, whatever it is that they wanted to give us, and once again they were taken from us and given to her biological grandchildren. I know I'm focusing on my foster mom, so I want to go ahead and clarify something right now. My foster mom and foster dad, they were both remarried. They remarried each other. They were both in previous marriages. My dad's previous wife was deceased. My foster mom's previous husband, not too sure on those details. So when they came together, they already had kids. So my foster mom, she had already had 6 kids, and my dad, he had already had 1 child. So us foster kids were the children that they had together, okay? So when I say her grandkids. I'm gonna put that. You guys are gonna understand that. If not in this episode, future episode. I just wanted to make sure I cleared that up. That way there was no confusion. How did I find out that the grandkids were getting them? Her room was like off limits always off limits. But one day she told us to go in there. Well, she told me to go in there and to clean out her closet. And when I looked up, I saw all my stuff. And I'm like, oh, can I have my toys from us? Like, no, stay out of my room. Those don't belong to you. And I'm like, those did belong to me. They gave them to me. But no. Sure enough, Christmas came around, whatever came around. People opened up gifts, and it was the same gifts that we had received previously, but we're not allowed to keep or have. We got adopted somewhere in 2000. That was really weird because all I remember is once I was in foster care, then we were whatever, then I was adopted, then people were asking me about being adopted. But what threw me off about being adopted, the physical abuse on the mother's behalf started. And I would talk to my social worker and I would tell her, okay, we're being abused. It's not good. This is me trying to understand the social worker's point of view. Okay, you got removed out of 2 homes for abuse. And then on top of that, they knew her. Like, this woman had done foster care for a long time, even before she was married to my dad. So it's like, no, she's not. She wouldn't do that. And if she's doing this, it's only because you deserve it. Only because you deserve it. So the social worker made me in a position to believe that that kind of abuse was okay. That it was okay for me to get hit the way I was getting hit. And that it was okay, and all I had to do was just be a good kid, and I wouldn't have to deal with it. Which sucked, because you really want someone to listen to you when something's just uncomfortable going on with you. And someone who's telling you that they're there for you, and they're here to help you, and all they're doing is justifying what someone else is doing instead of actually helping and listening to you. From that, the social worker simply said that I needed therapy. I needed to go to therapy because I had been through a lot of traumatic situations, and I'll be okay after I go to therapy. I just have to get it out. And what kills me is the foster mom knew what she was doing, but she still did it. Like, it was like, yeah, I don't understand why she would feel this way. I don't understand why this kind of perception is there. You knew. But because I was a child, and adults have this really, really bad. Just to veer off for me real quick. Stop downplaying what the children are telling you. Kids will tell you things. And they will be telling you because they need help or because they just simply do not understand. Just because they're little does not mean they do not understand or they do not thoroughly comprehend what it is that's happening. They understand that it's wrong and it doesn't need to be happening, or it's uncomfortable and they don't want to be a part of it. Listen. Just listen. That's all you need to do. Listen. When you ask God for discernment, ask for whatever it is you need in order to properly listen to that child, because it's so many kids that get ignored, and most of them end up dead, or most of them end up thoroughly scarred. One of them was me. All right, back to